Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. Oh, it is evening. I am just off work today. We're at about 5:30 and I'm headed out to, I've got some chicken chores to do. I've got to feed Billie Jean. I still have stalls to clean. The horses are out to pasture. I stopped here for a garden snack. One of my last figs. I only have like 2 left on Little Miss Figgy, but we did save seeds, so that is good. So I'm equipped. I went in after work and downed a couple hydro flasks of water and hydrated really good because it's like super hot, and but we're gonna do the best we can. I went to town after work, or did all these things after work. I did get some feed that's in the back of my truck, so I'm gonna set my water down and then we'll come out and unload that feed. Got a couple things for making chicken food. So I got corn chops, which is basically just coarsely cracked corn, and sunflower seeds. Both of these are used in Billie Jean and the chicken's food, but I'm gonna get these unloaded real quick. Sunflower seeds and corn chops. So we do need to change the labels on them real quick. Ha! Wrong one. Okay. Now let's go take Billie Jean her feed for the day, and I need to stop by her old pasture out here and pick up her fly spray. Take it to her. You guys are out here being a bunch of crybabies. Yeah. Talking and crying to your buddies. Yeah. You guys are funny. It's not dinner time yet. Close, but not yet. I know. I come out here with a bucket in my hand and don't give you any. Sorry, you had your breakfast. Okay. Got Billie Jean's fly spray. Hey, sister. How are you? Sassy? Get you some water going too, huh? Yeah? All right. Hang tight. he got you good there. Just got a little bit of blood. Let's get you some water. I'm gonna go ahead and water this garden. This garden has not been satisfied in the heat with just a sprinkler. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drag the hose out here and give it a drink. Some of this stuff is doing really good and other stuff is not doing as great, but this is also an eggplant. Potatoes. Potatoes. This is the Lustrada di Garanda. Beautiful, beautiful eggplant hanging out in there. More jalapenos that are getting quite large. Jalapenos, missed those harvesting. These tomatoes are the tomatoes that I'm struggling with that I believe I got contaminated soil. Because they're just, you can see they're just curling up on themselves. So I believe that we got steer manure from somewhere that had sprayed for broadleaf plants with an herbicide, and by putting that steer manure in our compost, we contaminated our compost. More pepper plants on the other side. So I'm just watching, I'm observing and watching, you know, not depending on these guys to give me my year's worth of food, that's for sure. But and most of these over here are my cherry tomatoes, so. But you can see that, you know, like down here we have serious curling, but up here we're getting better. You know, we're starting to have flatter leaves. There is still some curling happening, but I don't know. I didn't think that they were going to bounce back, and I don't know that they're going to bounce back completely, but we're getting some normal-ish leaves, so watching. More jalapenos, and I need to pull that one over there out. It was just annihilated by tomato hornworms, and I'm letting it see if it'll bounce back, but it's pretty spindly. And they do still have beautiful tomatoes. This great big bed and the tubs over there are all compost from us. The other beds, the other tomato beds that are doing good, turn around slowly here, and those two beds over there were topped off with super soil that we purchased. They do have my soil in them, but it was put in there previously, and before we added stuff from outside sources, as far as like outside farms. It's proving to be kind of an interesting learning garden year. You know, they're not always what we think they're going to be, and that's the joy of it. You know, there's always next year, and we have to learn to take joy in the things that are doing really good. And you know, I am growing as a gardener, so there's always that, and I'm very, very thankful for that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to learn and grow as a gardener. So it's interesting, you know, and is there disappointment there? Yeah, absolutely, there's disappointment there. But did it completely, you know, was it deer that completely came in and knocked all of my garden down to nubbins? No. Do I know people that's happened to? Yes. So I'm thankful I'm still picking fruit off of my garden every day, and I'm still getting stuff out of it, and it's teaching me lessons. So it's not a complete loss. Hello, chickie poos. Everybody taking their afternoon sun dust baths, it looks like. Everybody's all on the ground taking dust baths. Yes? Alright, well, let's get this party started. Looks like at the very least we need clean pools. Okay, everybody got fresh, clean pools, and of course they got their bugs, but I am out of food, so I'm gonna go and mix them another barrel of food. Mr. Wonderful asked me the other day if the chickens were eating me out of house and home. I said yes, they are. That is one thing about growing your own food. And many people that argue this lifestyle, this is their argument. Their argument is, well, yeah, you don't go to the grocery store for your chicken, but you go to the feed store to feed the chicken that you butcher, that you then put in your freezer. So why not just go to the grocery store and get your chicken? My answer to that is, you do you, boo-boo. For me, you know, I'm not going to tell anybody not to go to the grocery store and, you know, and get chicken, but I would much rather eat something that I raised, knowing what went in its body, knowing how it was taken care of every single day of its life, knowing how it was butchered, knowing the last seconds of its life, and how those were done. To me, that's important. And so we all choose what's important to us. And for me, it just means that I don't go to the grocery store as much, but I go to the feed store a lot. And we are getting close to reaping some of the reward of these guys eating so much food. I am getting close. I'm actually just more or less waiting for a cool morning off. And I'm gonna start butchering some chickens for dog food at the very least. I don't know that I'm gonna drag. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, oh, well, if I butcher for me and Mr. Wonderful, you know, I know how to do it, but it's more intricate, primarily because we leave the skins on, and I gotta break the plucker out. And, you know, that adds 2 more steps essentially well, it actually adds 3 more steps, because for us to pluck the chickens, I've got to drag the plucker out. In order to pluck them through the plucker, I need to drag the scalder out, so I can scald them and then pluck them and then eviscerate them. And then after that, we usually vacuum seal them in you know, big bags. And so that is yet another pot of boiling water to not vacuum seal, shrink wrap. It shrink wraps the chickens in their bags. Where with the dogs, I can, well, one thing I can do is I can just butcher enough for a batch. So I can go through and butcher 4 chickens and cook them within the next week for dog food and be completely fine. For 2, we don't give the dogs the skin. The skin has a lot of fat in it, and so naturally we defat a lot of our dog food meat. So, and it's quite easy to just skin a chicken. So I don't need the plucker, I don't need the scalder, and I don't need the shrink wrap boiling pot, because I just put the dogs in great big 2-gallon Ziploc freezer bags. So little different of a process. It's not that, I mean, it's just as clean. If anything, they're cleaner. We're just not freezing them as long term, and we're not keeping the skin on. So, you know, really, I'm kind of dabbling in just maybe butchering some for dog food, and, you know, waiting for, I'm not sure. I'm weighing it out, but that's what I'm weighing out, is how much time I'm going to need, you know, do I just do a morning and butcher 5 chickens, or do I say, no, I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to do a morning. I'm going to start at daylight, and I'm going to butcher until, you know, as many as I can until 10 a.m. when it gets too hot. So it's a workload conversation that I'm having in my head trying to decide. So let me mix this feed up. Okay, not a full barrel today, but that is what they got. And now I'll go get it dispersed. That is what it looks like. All right, and as much as you guys know, I love doing this. It's like I get to chase chicken around today. I'm going to guess on where I'm going to end up catching it at. And I'm going to set you guys right here. We'll see if I'm right or not. Right, but it's close. For those of you who don't know, hanging a chicken upside down is a little bit like hypnosis. And because this is a naughty chicken, it's a banded chicken, which means that it's one of my young ones I'm growing out. I'm going to trim the wings. You can see they've been trimmed before. They've just grown out, and that's fine. You deal with this a lot in young chickens. You know, they're more athletic than our fat old hens. So I just trim up the wing. Not a big deal. Put her back. And there she goes. Nothing ever happened. Oh, well. And then the rooster's gonna pick on her, so. And that's part of it. You know, this is my grow out pen here, and I just do believe that there are some roos in here that I could go ahead and just turn into dog food. Cute little egg haul there. Take that in the house, and on with evening chores we go. Looks like we need some fresh water in here. You guys being crazy? Yes. There you go. Have a good evening. I got your pan on for you. delivering foods. Oh, I can promise that the fans will be turned on tonight. It is a warm one, and I'm dealing with the biting fly bites. We have got biting flies bad, and so that's what you see on my cheeks is biting fly bites. Looks like Josie and Maggie are both going to need hay tonight. So get those dished up. Oh, there's an awful lot of conversation happening over here. What? Is that the equivalent of, Mom, can I have $5 bill? Mom, can I have $5? I want to go to McDonald's. Mom, do you have any money? Huh? Yeah? Mom, you have anything in your wallet? Can we have our allowance? We've been really good. We cleaned our rooms. All right. This always cracks me up. They always run in with me. Like it's gonna make me go faster or something. Just trying to trip me up is all you're trying to do. I would say no fighting, but yeah. Rogue, good Lord. All right, there you go. You're welcome. I want to touch Rogie. Oh, she says, don't touch me when I'm eating. Last time I touched you, I took you to the vet, huh? Yeah, it takes me months to recuperate after I take one of them to the vet. Rogie, hey. Ah, you sassy pants. All right, fine. Okay, hey, in wheelbarrow. Some days, you guys, I'm sure that mothers feel this way. I know that all farmers feel this way, and all, you know, it doesn't matter if you're hobby farming like I am, homesteading, or if you're, you know, if you're big farming. Rinse and repeat, you know, feed and clean. You know, sometimes it really feels like I'm like on a rinse and repeat cycle of, you know, get up, feed, clean, feed, go to bed. Get up, feed, clean, feed, go to bed. And I know that that sometimes portrays, you know, in the videos, and I know that some days, because I have very honest viewers and, you know, wonderful people in my life that, you know, let me know that I'm looking a little tired by the end of the week. And I know that. Thing is that I'm not afraid to show it. I'm not afraid to show you guys the real thing, because here's what I don't want. What I don't want is I don't want to be the glorified channel that only shows you all of the good stuff, that only shows you all of the, you know, the beautiful evening sunsets and the bringing the horses in from pasture and how pretty they are and brushing them and, you know, and the beautiful chicken eggs and the wonderful, you know, things that the bread that we make and the things that come out of the kitchen, and not show you how we get there. Not show you the day in, the day out. Because for those people that have a farm dream, like I had. Now, mind you, I've been some sort of a farm girl my entire life. You know, I grew up on what you would call a hobby farm. We had chickens and horses, and, you know, I was a young girl. I was a barrel racer, and we raised chocolate labs, and you know, so I've lived in the country pretty much my whole life. You know, I met my wonderful husband, and we fish and we hunt, and you know, so the country life is not new to me, but this, my own little 5-acre parcel of heaven, somewhere that I could grow a garden and have a cow and raise my own lamb and chicken and follow this little homesteading dream to whatever capacity that I could fulfill it out to be. There are people out there just like me, sitting in an apartment or sitting in you know, a rental house in the middle of city with traffic all around them and the sound of sirens. And my videos are the only thing that they have to drown them out and to dream of a life of growing your own food. So, yes, do I feel like sometimes it's rinse and repeat? Absolutely, because it is. If you have a farm and you have a homestead, and you, of any, like I said, of any capacity, you could be a commercial farmer, you could be, you know, we have a lot of commercial farmers in our area. It's the same thing with them. They get up and it's rinse and repeat for them too. You know, feed the feed out steers, go through the chicken houses, check the waters, check the fans, pick up the deads, you know, do the things. And so I want to show you that. I want to show you what that looks like and how do I work through that? How do I digest that and keep getting up every day and feeling like it is beautiful and feeling like I'm blessed to live this life? So there's my explanation of that. I'm sorry that sometimes I look tired, but you know what, you guys, sometimes I am tired. I worked a full day of grooming dogs today and ran a farm all by myself. Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm also very thankful and very blessed that all of my animals are healthy and that I'm growing my own food, and I'm excited about butchering chickens and having that internal conversation of myself of, am I going to pull the plucker down or not? I am so blessed to live that life and thankful. So, okay, I have got to put my butt in gear. It is now 7 o'clock, so I'm going to finish delivering hays, get waters and stalls done, and get the kids brought in. All right, Miss Max got a spray down when she came in. A little bit of a shower. As well as Miss Gracie, who's now enjoying her chopped hay and special grain blend. Mr. Chance is enjoying his fan. The land hippo, aka Josie, is enjoying her hay. And Miss Velvet got a shower as well tonight upon coming in. They were sweaty. So she's enjoying her grain, and I'm sure she'll be enjoying her fan soon. She'll rotate to the right here and enjoy that fan and that nice cool breeze on her. Well, as always, you guys, thank you so much for coming along with me as I sorted through all the thoughts going through my brain today and doing my normal chores. Some days are just heavier than others, and some days there's just more, some would say, spewing out of my mouth than others. Some days I can kind of internally process, and other days I want someone to talk to. So thank you for letting me share my thoughts with you and for coming along once again in this little glass farm that I have. I hope that you had a beautiful day, and don't forget to count your blessings. Yours truly.